Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. I wanted to just get ready this morning and show you what I bought in the Sephora sale, put everything on my face, and also give you my top recommendations. I usually do a Sephora sale recommendations video, but I'll be honest, I haven't really been that excited for this particular Sephora sale. I've just been really enjoying what I have already. There isn't a lot of new stuff going on, and a lot of these, you will know, are quite tried and true favorites. So let's put some makeup on. For base, the Ciele Tint Protect. I will not shut up about this. I absolutely love this. It's just such an easy skin tint. Perfect for every day. I use this in shade 4, light medium, and it's just really easy. It's one of those products that I can slap on. It's easy to blend. It wears nicely on my skin. It's just been a really great everyday base. Light to medium coverage, but it can be built up to medium. Just all around a great product. Online, I think the shade that I use is sold out online. So if you are close to my shade and base products, your best bet would be to find it in store. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about this because I think I've mentioned it in every video I've done since I bought it, but I really do love it that much. And the only thing I don't love about it is the packaging. I'm not a big fan of dropper packaging just because I'm clumsy, and sometimes it ends up being dropped all over my clothes, but some products are just so good, it's worth dealing with the dropper. For concealer, I have a tried and true favorite. This is the Givenchy Prisme Libre concealer. I absolutely love this concealer all over the face. I don't love it too much under my eyes. I don't find it to wear that well under my eyes, but all over the face as a base product, it is so beautiful. I love this. I use shade N250, and it's just a really great blurring concealer that helps add a little bit of coverage where I need it, and I highly recommend it. I think I discovered this during the spring Sephora sale, and I haven't looked back since. I just love it that much. It's been one of my favorite beauty discoveries this year. In a pinch, I will use it under my eyes, you know, if I'm in a rush, but it's just, if I want longevity under the eyes, I just have concealers that perform better. Namely, this guy. This is something new. This is something that I bought in this Sephora sale. I bought it in store the first day of the sale, and I really love it. Now, this concealer is quite polarizing. People either really love it or really hate it. I happen to fall in the love it camp, and it's the Haus Labs Concealer, and I have this in shade 21. Now, I'll be honest, the shade range and the shade selection, I found it really confusing. I ended up just getting shade 21 because that's what Becca's son uses, and she says that shade 21 is her winter shade, and usually the base products that she uses as her winter shade are kind of like my all-around year-round shade. So shade 21 has been good for me. Now, I don't particularly love a super bright under eye. I like my under eye color to just kind of match the rest of my face. So if I wanted to get something more brightening, I probably would have gotten a lighter shade. But for my preferences, for my needs, shade 21 is a great shade. It's described as a light medium neutral. And yeah, it's really nice. I've been so pleasantly surprised by this concealer. I wasn't really sure what to expect. So yeah, I just do a tiny amount, and I do love it with a brush better than with a beauty sponge or fingers. So keep that in mind. And what I love about this is that it just stays. It looks really good for a really long time. It's really long wearing. It has nice medium coverage. Again, I use a small amount, so I would quantify this as medium coverage, but if you use more, you can probably get a fuller coverage. And it it looks really good. The longevity I find really impressive. It doesn't fade all weird. It doesn't accentuate my fine lines. It creases a tiny little bit, but not a lot. Probably the least creasing I've ever experienced under the eyes. And even if I don't set it with powder, it still performs amazingly. So I've been very happy with this concealer. And the brush that I like to use with it is the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush. Haus Labs also sells a concealer brush, and it's kind of like a similar vibe. It just has like it's like a synthetic dense brush with a bit of an angle to it. So rather than buying a new brush, I just looked at the brushes in my current collection, and I tried to find something with the most similar shape. One common complaint that I've seen from the Haus Labs concealer has been that it can accentuate dryness under the eyes. Now, I don't particularly have a very dry under eye area, so if you're somebody that does struggle with dryness under the eyes, I would maybe recommend either skipping this concealer or really paying attention to under eye prep. But I have not experienced any issue with this. I do love bright, hydrated under eye in the morning, and I actually, what I've been doing is I bought the Dew eye patches, and every morning I've just been doing, while I drink my coffee in the morning, I've just been doing a nice little intensive hydrating under eye treatment with my eye cream or eye serum or a depuffing eye gel. I put the eye patches on top, and my under eyes are very plump and hydrated, and I don't have any issues with this concealer exaggerating any dryness. For setting powder, especially under the eyes, the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder in shade number 3 is still my favorite. I absolutely love this powder. It's such a beautiful brightening powder, and I hate the packaging of this so much. I think it's so unnecessary that, I mean, it's an interesting design choice, the Givenchy logo comes out, right? Because that's how the dots are organized, but nobody needs a powdery Givenchy logo on their face, It's not very practical, but it is beautiful, and it just kind of seals everything in. It brightens. I like to use it kind of down the center of my face as well to set my T-zone. This Sephora sale season, I've kind of been just all about the cheeks. And again, the Ciele blush. This is the liquid blush in the shade Kirsty. I've talked your ear off about this already. You already know that I love it. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite blushes. And I think I used it again. I used it in quite a few of my recent videos. It's just a really beautiful, warm, nude kind of blush. If you like Laura Mercier Fresco, this is very much along the same lines. It's just one of those really great, subtle blushes that works with any lip color. It's really easy to apply, easy to blend, and it is also quite long wearing, which I really appreciate. Another favorite, especially for fall, is Merit Fox. Merit Fox is more of a like bronzy terracotta shade. This is a really great one and done cheek color for me. When I use this blush, I often don't need any bronzer or contour or highlighter because it is quite dewy. It's not the most long-lasting blush, but I really love this, especially for fall winter. The Makeup by Mario blush formula is very similar. This is the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. So if you like this formula, you will like the Merit. If you like the Merit, you will like this. I find them very similar in terms of performance, in terms of finish. The Makeup by Mario is maybe a tiny little bit more pigmented, but they perform in very similar ways for me. So this is the shade Perfect Pink. I love it. I love it. I've really been into this pink color throughout the year. It's been one of my favorite most used blush colors. I think today I'm going to go with the Ciele. And honestly, sometimes I start with the Ciele and then I layer Merit or Makeup by Mario on top. So it just all depends on what my mood is, really. So Let me apply the Ciele Kirsty blush. Since I'm not wearing bronzer today, I haven't really been into bronzer lately, if I'm honest. I'm just gonna do a little bit of the Merit Fox blush on top. One of my recent sale purchases that I've been obsessed with. This is something that I've been wanting for years, but I didn't pull the trigger until this fall sale season, and it's the Westman Atelier Super Loaded Tinted Highlight in the shade Peau de Peche. The classic, the OG. This is nothing new. It's been around for a long time. It's one of the star products from the brand, but wow, I absolutely love it. It is such a gorgeous cream highlighter. I love this BK Beauty 109 brush with it. The color is so gorgeous. It adds definition and it adds a glow without being glittery, without being sticky, without being heavy. It's so flattering. Look at that. It looks natural. It's got like a little bit of sculpting to it. I don't know. I don't know what magic is in this highlighter, but I get it. I get it. This is worth it for me, but on sale. I totally get the hype with this. I absolutely love it. It's really, really beautiful on the eyelids as well. And there's just something really special about this shade. They do have this formula in different shades, and I think the formula is very, very gorgeous, suitable for all skin types. But this shade in particular, I just really, really enjoy the tone of it. There's a little bit of peach, a little bit of bronze, a little bit of pink. It's not just a brightening highlight. It's like a luminous sculpting veil. If you've been meaning to get the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, now is your chance to get it because it came back in stock, and this is one of my favorite, I think this is the favorite large eyeshadow palette that I own. I love every single color. I wear this all the time. Anytime I do my makeup with this, I love the outcome. It's just my kind of palette. It's absolutely perfect. So I'm a big fan of it. The main critique I see online is that there is some fallout with the glitter shades. I honestly, it doesn't really bother me. I minimize the fallout by applying the glitter either with my fingers or with a damp brush, and I find that way I'm in control of where the glitter goes. But yeah, I find most glittery eyeshadows to have some type of fallout, but I guess they do have more fallout than, for example, a Pat McGrath glitter. But for me, the tones, and especially the matte colors, the tones of the matte colors are just so, so beautiful. It's so easy to wear, and I'm a big fan of it. I'm just really annoyed, and I don't understand why the brand refers to it as a limited edition product. Even now with the marketing around it, you know, they re-released it, but then the messaging is get it before it's gone forever because it's limited edition. And I find it hard to get behind that kind of marketing. And this is such a beautiful, timeless product. Why wouldn't you want to just make it part of the permanent collection so that we can enjoy it year round? You know, we don't want to be, don't use FOMO to sell a product. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my only gripe is like the marketing around it, but it's beautiful. I love it so much. And then the other eyeshadow that I love, the Merit Solo Shadow. Such a beautiful, easy, one and done, really long wearing, slightly blurring matte eyeshadow formula. My favorite shades are Vachetta and Social, and I like to wear them together. So I take a nice little fluffy brush and I just plop Vachetta all over the lid and just get a nice sheer wash of warmth. And then I dip the same brush into the Social shade and I build a little bit of depth in my crease with it. And the combination of them together is my kind of like my perfect neutral. And I do have quite oily eyelids, and I find the longevity of these shadows very, very impressive. Look at that. Easy peasy. Since the formula is like a cream to powder, it's already a pretty dry formula. I really wonder how long these will last. The packaging says they're good for 6 months after opening, so I'm curious. I hope they're gonna be good for longer than that, because there's no way I'm able to use these up in 6 months. But if I can get at least a year out of them, I will be happy. And then let's do a little bit of the Westman Atelier Peau de Peche on top, just for experimentation's sake. This color is so gorgeous. I did see that Merit launched a shimmery solo shadow as part of their limited edition holiday kit. Just using a highlighter on my eyelid kind of gives me that same effect. So I managed to talk myself out of that one. Another thing that I bought in the Sephora sale is a new mascara. I've been hearing so many people rave about the YSL Lash Clash Mascara, especially in the brown color, and it's been years since I tried a brown mascara, and the packaging is absolutely stunning. But I have to say, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. I do have very average lashes. They're also kind of stubborn. They don't hold a curl too well. So on me so far, I can't say that this mascara is any better than like L'Oreal Voluminous in terms of volume. Actually, I'd argue that Voluminous Lash Paradise gives me more volume, but I love the brown color. The brown color is so pretty. It's not bad. It's just underwhelming for the price, you know? But I feel this way about most designer mascaras. I will give it some time to dry out. This is a fresh tube, and sometimes with these volumizing mascara formulas, they tend to get better after about a couple of weeks as a little bit more air goes in the tube and the formula dries down a bit. So maybe it'll just be a little bit better. But so far, I'm kind of underwhelmed. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite. Even in terms of dramatic volume, the Pat McGrath mascara, I got better results with that one in terms of volume. And that one holds my curl better too. So yeah. Jury is still out on this one, but so far I've been pretty disappointed with it, but I'm going to give it time because sometimes these formulas can really sing and be magical after a couple of weeks. So I'll keep you posted on that. In terms of brows, no new discoveries. I just restocked on some favorites. My favorite clear brow gel is the Fluff Up Brow Wax from Benefit. This is really great. I'm not into like a super laminated brow look anymore, but I do like a fluffy brow, and this is a beautiful product. And then for a tinted brow gel, I like the Merit Tinted Brow Gel and the Kosas. I kind of alternate between the two. So this is a Kosas Soft Brown Eyebrow Tinted Brow Gel. I don't use this every day, but this is great if I'm in a rush, if I don't have time to fill out my eyebrows. I just want something to give me a little bit of hold, a little bit of pigment, a little bit of volume. This is really great on the go, and I love the tint of this too. This is the shade Soft Brown. It softens my brows a little bit so they're not so dark and harsh. It almost makes it look like I have like a subtle highlight. The other thing I bought is a big jumbo Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray. This is my favorite setting spray, and I saw that they have a limited edition jumbo version, so I jumped on it because I go through this. I love this. I have been living without it for a few weeks because I knew the Sephora sale was coming up, so I didn't repurchase it right away. I was waiting to stock up, and I definitely missed it in my routine. I don't know, there's something about it. I love the fact that it's not drying, but it does help. I wouldn't say it has oil control per se, but it just helps the pigments of makeup kind of stick to the skin a little bit longer. Honestly, most of my go-to lip products have not been products that you can get at Sephora. So, case in point, today I'm putting on the Chanel Nude, what's this called? Nude Brun? You can see how much I've been loving it by how small the pencil is getting. I've just been really into this. And I don't know, it just works with a bunch of lipsticks or just the Rhode lip balm. Again, not something that is found at Sephora, but one of my go-tos right now. And that's the finished look. that's what I bought at Sephora. Those are my thoughts on some new things that I bought, as well as my top favorite recommendations, some tried and true things that I've just been loving and that I've been reaching for a lot lately. Please let me know what you got in the Sephora sale. Did you buy anything new? Did you just stock up on favorites? Did you skip it? It's totally fine if you did. These sales are kind of, they always come around. You know, a new sale will pop up. Before you know it, it's going to be March and there's going to be a new Sephora sale. Never feel bad for missing out on a sale, especially if you are a makeup lover and a recovering makeup hoarder. Take it as a sign and take it as a time to just sit back and enjoy and use what you already have, because there's nothing wrong with that. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful day and I will see you in my next video. Bye.